Hi, friends. Jennifer here with Jen Open Hearts, and I'm so excited to be bringing this new offering, this dream of mine, this passion project, this expression um, of a frequency, of a message, of an exchange, of an act of service, of love, and just realizing it can be whatever it needs to be. And for the time being, that is an audio. Some of you know me personally, and you know that I love sending personalized audio messages. Some of them are crazy long, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and God bless those who listen on the other side. But I just feel it in my heart, especially considering my human design. It's kind of something I'm being very pulled to, which is communicating, speaking, and speaking from the heart space. So this series of conversations, of inquiries, of kind of heartfelt messages are a gift. They're an offering. They're something you can listen to whenever you need like a little pick-me-up or something that's, going to spark something sweet inside of your heart. That is the ultimate goal. And if I can do that in at least one person in this world, and get practice being myself, I think that's a beautiful thing to offer. So with this first series, so it's going to be a series of X amount of audios, all here on Substack and also on YouTube, and just inquiries for the heart. And this first sort of series that I want to discuss is related to things that I would love to have heard from others, but actually I need to hear from myself. I know it's a little obscure. I have a background as an artist and an abstract artist at that, so I like to get a little obscure and ethereal in some aspects, but I thought what could be really cool is to have a conversation around success. And what does that mean? What does it feel like? And just remembering that the frequency of what we label as success is unique. It's not going to be the same for person XYZ. It's going to fluctuate over time. It can get stagnant. It might need some intervention from time to time, and that's beautiful too. But the reason why I love this concept of success is because it actually relates to human design. And so in human design, there is an energy type called projectors, and projectors have the inner GPS self-guidance system that we can call the frequency of success. So when a projector is feeling in alignment, they experience on one end of the spectrum the frequency of success, which is a data point, and then there's the frequency point of bitterness. And so inside the body, one can feel the levity or the lightness of success, and then one can also feel the contraction or constriction of bitterness. And these are just words, and we all know what they mean and what they feel like. We've all experienced them. So whether or not you're a projector, I think it's just really cool to tune into those and say, what does that feel like in my body somatically, right? That's a really great way to understand where we're at, how we're showing up. And our body doesn't lie to us. If we feel something, chances are there's an investigation that we need to go through or undertake, connect with, and that's kind of the beautiful aspect of it all. And so my inquiry for this moment is, what does success mean to you? What does it feel like inside your body? Where have you been conditioned to think success needs to look like this, that, or the other thing? And also considering if you break your life down into various pillars, pillars meaning things that are crucial to your foundation, to your wellness, to your happiness, or just kind of containers for your life. So that could be relationship to self, family, career, health, vitality, motherhood, parenting, all sorts of things. It can be whatever you want it. Just thinking like, what are those containers? And what does success mean to you in each of those individualistic containers? And can you revisit those over time? Because again, your you're not the same person going in the same river twice, right? Like that's a well-known expression. The same man never goes in the same river twice, because the man is always changing and so is the river. And so it feels good to even just express it out loud, but just knowing and trusting, like, what could those aspects of self be? What does that look like for you? And knowing it doesn't have to be in comparison to another, right? Because we're all so different and so unique and so connected. So I think just remembering that is powerful, is really powerful. And it's grace giving, it's love, it's self-compassion, it's letting people be who they are and letting yourself be who you are. So it could be a powerful practice to say something like, success to me is ... And so for myself, I'll just share a success to me and for me as a person, where I'm at right now in my life is navigating from the heart. And so if I lived my day and I did the best I could, I connected to my heart, that would be a successful day for me with whatever I have to do, doctor's appointments, making food, visiting my mom, all these kind of things that make up my day. Was I able to live from the heart? And how did I experience that? And what does it mean to live from the heart, right? Like there's so many tangents and things that we could talk about, but I think it's just really important for each of us, regardless of our human design type, to consider, like, what does the frequency of expansion and lightness feel like? And what are those things that we do in our everyday lives that create expansion and lightness? And what are those things in our lives that create tightness and constriction? So I know I said that just a bit ago, but I really want you to consider, what does that look like? What does it feel like? And what are those things? We can't always, like, you can't control what's happening outside of you, but you can always control your interior world. And I know that's hard to connect to from time to time. I definitely struggle with that. But when I am able to connect to that peacefulness inside, I feel a lightness. And I feel if we make space and make room for the frequency of success, of lightness, of acceptance, and we plan our day accordingly, or we drop in those seeds, those nuggets, that can really help to bring us back to that space and to decondition, right? To let go of the pressure that we might be feeling from society. And I think it's like our friend Robin says, it's an inside job. So what does it look like? What does it feel like to be in that frequency of success? And can it be different? And can we realize that by being valuable and sharing value, whatever that is, it doesn't have to be traditional ways. It can be whatever you're naturally gifted at and that you're contributing to this beautiful web of life. Like when you add value, you can't stop the money from coming in. That's something I heard recently on a podcast. And so it just makes me think, like, like when you do connect to that aspect of self that is you living life, enjoying life, you're naturally adding value. And from that state of value, you're giving energy. And so energy will come back to you. And so that energy could be money, right? Money's energy. It could be a phone call from a friend. It could be a free thing you didn't expect. It could be just feeling good. I think it's something we take for granted, and we actually have the best tool of them all, which is our bodies. And the body, again, it doesn't lie. It's always speaking to us. And so just to kind of wrap things up, again, considering that aspect of success, we all have it. We all know what it looks like. We all know what it feels like. And it can be many different things, but it's kind of like, how does it feel inside of myself? And am I being overzealous, or am I out of balance? Right? We can have success in area A, but area B is slacking. So there's this element of harmony that can exist as well. So I think there's many layers to it. It's not it's not a surface level conversation, but I think it's important to define that. Like perhaps you have an umbrella term. My vision of success for myself, Jennifer, is to live from the heart. That's a huge umbrella. And then I can go off into my aspects of family or my aspects of relationship or my career or my dreams, like whatever it may be, and define success from those vantage points too. Success in different areas, like for my job, is creating more ease and flow and doing a good job with the things I have to do, like the email campaigns or the sales pages, and how can it be easy? Because a lot of times when we make things hard, it's because we're the ones who are making it hard for ourselves. So I just think it's really, really interesting when we can make miracles out of the mundane and just allow it to ripple out and not hold ourselves at such a high standard, but just know that we're making progress on our path. And if we think about our path as the spiral, we have to start somewhere, right? We're on a path. And so if we make one step in the right direction towards that thing, towards that outcome, towards that vision, we're getting ourselves closer to who we want to be. So I think that ties in really beautifully with this concept of what is success, what does it feel like, how do I connect with it? And just sort of wrapping up here, this is something I wish that I would have heard from someone else, maybe a family member, a parent, and no fault to their own, because we're all conditioned by different beliefs and different programming, I would say. And so it's like we got to hear it from ourselves. And I think that's why the voice is just so powerful, because we have these opportunities to say, I know success can be this, but actually this is what I think it is. And here's how I'm implementing it into my daily life. And when we kind of practice that, there's a lot more trust that can get built in the self. It's like I'm deciding to be me, I'm choosing to be me, instead of choosing to be someone else. So with that being said, I hope you can make some time to contemplate and to reflect on this frequency, this expression of success. And I'll be happy to share a few different journaling prompts and things to think about, to reflect about, because we're here in this very woven world, interconnected, but our purpose is to be ourselves. Our purpose is to be on our path. Our purpose is to listen to our body and to really trust. And it's like a really beautiful gift when we do that, because we give others the opportunity, the expansion, the mirror to what that could look like. So I think that's where I'm going to leave off for this little audio expression. I will be tuning in 1 week to share some more on this topic of things I'd love to hear from others, but actually I need to hear from myself. So just thank you so much for tuning in, for listening, and just sending you lots of love and a big hug. And be sure to check out some of my human design offerings below. And I'll look forward to connecting with you. Bye.